Hey guys, I'm Jared Cox, or Spider Ranger, or Jared. You guys can call me whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. It's the internet. This is another team builder video. We've got our second match up against something Adam. I gotta get these names right the first time, so I apologize. Let me just PKMN Trainer Adam. Go figure. So that's gonna be our week 2 matchup against him. I'm gonna run through his team super quick, and then we'll get into the 6 that I'm bringing. In his top tier, his OU tier, he's got Garchomp, Mimikyu, and Rotom Wash. All 3 very scary. I can see him bringing just about any of them. I think Rotom Wash especially has to come, but because it can soak up a lot of damage, and it can sit in front of a lot of my mons, and just sort of, it can scout really well, it can spread Will-O-Wisp, it can Volt Switch out, and it provides a lot of momentum. Garchomp and Mimikyu, they just hit really hard. They're pretty fast. Garchomp, in particular, is a speed tier I'm really looking out for. I'm making sure that I just edge out non-Scarf Garchomp in some cases, as you'll see, and Scarf Garchomp in other cases. Mimikyu, all I really got to be worried about is either like the substitute disguise or the sword stance disguise. I got to make sure that I break that disguise as fast as I can. Next up, we have his Mega. He has Mega Altaria, he has Breloom, and he has Gliscor. Mega Altaria I'm not that worried about. Pretty much everything on my team can cover Mega Altaria, including Pokemon I'm not bringing. I'm not too worried about Mega Altaria, but I'm going to knock on wood in case that thing sweeps me. Because it can set up Dragon Dance, and it can just sweep with Pixelate Return from there. It really, really can. The only real priority I'm bringing is Ice Shard on Abomasnow. So that's that and a Scarf Greninja. I think Scarf Greninja, in fact, let's just check this really quick. I am bringing a Scarf Greninja, and I want to know does that outspeed a +2? So I need to get my calculator out. So we got, you probably see it there. So 284 times 1.5, or no, excuse me, times 2 at +2 is 568. 377 times 1.5 is 565. So if Mega Altaria gets 2 Dragon Dances up, we pretty much lose. So I just have to make sure that doesn't happen. And I think I've got plenty of answers for it. So otherwise, most everything on my team except for Uxie and Abomasnow will outspeed it. But like I said, Abomasnow's got that priority. Breloom I am very worried about. Breloom answers most of my team. That's why I've got Uxie and Nidoking here, but I'll get more into that in a minute. But Breloom, they run Sash, and they run Mach Punch, and they run Bullet Seed, and a bunch of other stuff that I'm scared of. So my primary concern is either getting Hail Up or getting Stealth Rocks up so I can break Breloom Sash. From there are several Pokemon on my team that I'm bringing that can just OHKO the Breloom from there. So if I can break its Sash, I'm not scared of it, but if it gets to come in for free with full HP, then I'm a little scared, because it kind of just runs through my team. Gliscor is a Stealth Rocker. I think it defogs too. It's really beefy. It can sit there and take some hits, but it's got a quad weakness to Ice, which I have covered on my team and then some. So I'm not too scared of Gliscor. In fact, I can see Gliscor in particular just not coming at all. In his next tier, we have Salazzle, Swellow, and Umbreon. Salazzle I was afraid of, but my Scarf Greninja can take it out. It outspeeds it. Nidoking can sit in front of it with Earth Power. So all in all, I'm not too afraid of Salazzle as long as I can get. I mean, so let's put it another way. Scarf Nidoking outspeeds max speed non-Scarf Salazzle, but it doesn't outspeed a Scarf Salazzle. However, I don't think there's a lot that a Scarf Salazzle can do to me. To Nidoking, that is. Plus, Uxie is just naturally bulky. I feel Uxie can take a hit and fire back with a Psychic and hit it pretty hard. So I think I can handle Salazzle, and for that reason, I can kind of see the Salazzle not coming. Swellow, I'm very afraid of. It's very fast. It can hit very hard with Boom Burst. Just Choice Spec Swellow almost runs through my team, but the math works out in such a way that a Choice Specs Swellow can Oko my Greninja, but it's not faster than Greninja. And a Choice Scarf, well, actually I need to be more specific. Let's see, Choice Scarf, Timid Swallow is the only thing that's faster than Greninja. And if it's Choice Scarf Timid, it can't kill me with Boom Burst. If it's Choice Scarf and it's Modest, it can kill me with Boom Burst, but I outspeed it. Just barely, but I outspeed it. And then if it's Choice Specs, I outspeed it all day long. And either way, I can fire back with an Ice Beam, or I can get Raikou in against it, and Raikou can soak up a hit and fire back with a Thunderbolt and just destroy it. Umbreon, I'm worried about. You'll see I have a couple of answers for it. I'm only worried about it because it sits and it works as a cleric, and it takes so many hits, and you can keep its team healthy, it can keep itself healthy, and then it can foul play. And that's what I'm afraid of. That foul play is really going to spread some damage to my team, and there's not really a way that I can heal it off. Then finally in its bottom tier, we have Malamar, Bayonet, and Bastiodon. Bastiodon, I just remembered what I was going to do on Greninja, but I'll fix that in a minute. Bayonet I'm a little worried about. It's got a really high excuse me. It's got a really high attack stat. It can run Sucker Punch, which can be some very clutch priority at times. I don't really have anything that's going to Oko the Bayonet unless like I get a Sword Stance up with Raikou. But it's a little on the frail side as long as I can hit it hard a couple times or force it to switch into rocks a time or two. I think it'll be okay. Malamar, I'm not too worried about. I throw something against it. If Malamar comes out, I just U-turn and do a large chunk of damage to it. Bastiodon is another stealth rocker. I'm worried about it because it's just incredibly bulky, but I was trying to remember what I was going to do with my Greninja, and I remembered that I was actually going to... instead of Hydro Pump, I was gonna run Low Kick, and let's bring this over really quick. If I put Low Kick back here against Bastiodon, oh, I guess I had that backwards. I had it set up at one point that Low Kick was just enough to Oko Bastiodon. But I guess I had that backwards. Whatever. I'm just going to put this back to 176. 96 to 114%. I've got a great chance to Oko it. And we'll leave it at that. I mean, if it takes a little bit of chip from Hail or some chip from Stealth Rock, I mean, that's going to do the job for us anyway. So that's his team. Let's go over mine really quick. First up, I have Abomasnow. First time bringing it. The Abomasite. We're running Mega Abomasnow. Snow warning on both sides. Of course, there's no choice in the ability for Mega. Blizzard, Earthquake, Ice Shard, Giga Drain. Ice Shard is going to do like 50 to 65% to an uninvested Garchomp with this spread. Blizzard will outright kill it. Blizzard hits Mega Altaria very hard. As long as Mega Altaria is not running Flamethrower, we can take a hit or two from it and fire back with some Blizzards in the Hail. Giga Drain is for the Rotom Wash and maybe Bastiodon if I get caught against it, or maybe if I've got to fight it out against Bayonet or something. Giga Drain is just for a little bit of like residual recovery to try to keep Abomasnow a bit healthier for a little bit longer. Next up, we're bringing Sand Slash, Slush Rush. This thing hits 500 speed. No, actually it'll hit 502 speed, which outspeeds Scarf Garchomp by 2 points, I think. 2 or 3 points. Icicle Crash will destroy Garchomp's world. If we get a Sword Stance up, as long as we don't miss an Icicle Crash or an Iron Head, and Iron Head I keep forgetting I don't have all these accuracies memorized. Iron Head is 100% accurate. So if we get a Sword Stance up, and provided we don't miss an Icicle Crash, we kind of just run through most of his team. So I'm going to be looking for that opportunity to just get a Sword Stance up in the Hail with my speed at 502, and I'm just going to be looking to just clean up. Running Life Orb for the extra damage, so we are on a little bit of a timer. And if he gets Breloom in against Sand Slash, I got to get him out because Mach Punch Okos me like 3 times. Next up, we have Greninja, Choice Scarf Greninja, Protean, Ice Beam, Extra Sensory, U-Turn, Low Kick. U-Turn is for obvious scouting. It'll hit the Malamar pretty hard. It can get me out against see, it can get me out of, like, what can it get me away from? I was gonna say Breloom, but Breloom's got the priority. But I mean, it gets me away from the Swellow if I need to. It gets me away from Umbreon if I'm losing. It's gonna get me out of there. It's gonna get me away from Rotom Wash because I feel like Rotom Wash just hits me with a, with a Volt Switch and does a massive amount of damage. Or I use something else like Extra Sensory or Ice Beam and I switch my type, so Volt Switch is neutral damage. But I think if I'm up against a Rotom Wash, my best play is to just U-turn out and just let him get momentum with Volt Switch. Or I U-turn into Nidoking and I stop the Volt Switch. We're running a pretty mixed spread: 176 attack, 80 special attack, 252 speed, and with a minus special defense nature, so we don't lose any damage on either side of the coin. But Ice Beam, it wrecks Garchomp. It does overhab to Altaria, so it can clean up Altaria, and we live. I mean, once we switch to Ice type with Protean, we can live any hit from Altaria unless he goes for like a Super Read and just goes for Flamethrower on my Protean switch to an Ice type, which would be clutch. But he's designed to get out there, outspeed everything, and really I think this is my clutch answer to Swellow, honestly. Because like I said, the only way Swellow outspeeds me is if it's Choice Scarf and Timid, but if it does that, it doesn't have enough power it doesn't have enough power to Oko Greninja with a Boom Burst. So that's sort of what I'm banking on. Now, to be honest, I did not account for. Well, that's not that one. I did not account for. Let's do this right here. I did not account for Brave Bird Swellow. But I mean, it looks like they all just. I mean, all the suggested sets are special for Boom Burst, but let's run like a. Well, if he's Guts, he's got to be Flame Orb, and then he won't outspeed me. But let's assume if he's Jolly with Brave Bird, with a Choice Scarf, he does outspeed me. So that's 383 times 1.5. That's 574. He outspeeds me by just a little bit. But I don't know if you can see this. I don't see. Brave Bird does 71.5 to 84.5% with Jolly, with a Jolly nature, Choice Scarf, Swellow. And like I said, unless he runs Jolly or Timid Choice Scarf, he's not going to outspeed. And now we know on the other side of the coin, he's not gonna Okos the Brave Bird. So I feel really good about this Greninja set. I like using Protean Greninja. Again, like I said last time, Greninja is just one of my favorite Pokemon. Next up, we have Greninja, our Stealth Rocker. We've got Knockoff, so we can try to get some items off of things. We have U-Turn as well for slow U-turns generally, because there's no speed investment here. And then we have Psychic, so we're not just completely sitting, not a complete sitting duck. The Psychic is mostly to cover things like the Salazzle that comes in, or Uxi's also one of my answers to Breloom. Uxi's running max defense, max HP, so it can take hits from Breloom and then fire off the Psychic. As long as I break its Sash, the Psychic is doing close to like 90% damage to an uninvested Breloom, that is. So I feel really good about this. Running the Eye Papa Berry because, like I said, Breloom's got he's got the Bullet Seed, and if he goes for Bullet Seed, we're almost guaranteed to get knocked into the Eye Papa range, and that'll kick us back up, give us half of our health back, and we'll be able to sit and hope to fire off another Psychic, or live a Bullet Seed to retaliate with a Psychic. Next up, we have Life Orb, Sheer Force, Nidoking, something I've been really excited to use since I got invited into this league and decided I wanted to use this. Earth Power, Sludge Wave, Ice Beam, Focus Blast. We're here to cover everything. We've got Ice Beam for Garchomp. We got an Ice Beam for Swellow and Altaria. Sludge Wave for Altaria. We've got Earth Power for Salazzle. Earth Power for Bastiodon. We have the Sludge Wave and Ice Beam both hit Gliscor. Ice Beam hits Gliscor. Ice Beam and Sludge Wave hit Breloom. Focus Blast helps me take on the Umbreon. Nidoking is just my all-around cover. And I mean, if Pokemon Trainer Adam takes a look at his team and then takes a look at what on my team should he cover for, it's got to be this Nidoking. I mean, it answers just about everything that he can throw at me. We are running max speed with a timid nature. This is gonna edge us out over a non-scarf Mega Altaria. We don't outspeed Garchomp, unfortunately. I think we outspeed a Mimikyu. I think we outspeed like an Adamant Mimikyu that's max speed, as long as it's not Scarf, but I'm not too sure. But Nidoking can take, I think Nidoking can take any one hit from a Mimikyu. I'll have to double check before I just recklessly put it out in front of it. And the last but not least, we have Raikou. This is an Assault Vest, max HP, or no, excuse me, max special attack, 100 HP, 152 speed, with a timid nature. This speed setup is gonna just outspeed non-Scarf Garchomp. It's the only thing. It's the only thing that Raikou can outspeed without a Scarf. So there's no need to try to outspeed Swellow or anything else. In fact, I think it does. So it won't outspeed Salazzle. Salazzle's base 117 speed, I believe. So Garchomp was the only thing we were gonna beat without a Scarf. So I put the remaining EVs in his HP, gave it an Assault Vest so we can take some hits. This is another primary answer to Breloom, or not Breloom, to Swellow. It's a good answer to Salazzle. It's a good answer to Rotom Wash. If Altaria is special, it's a good answer to it. We've got Hidden Power Ice for Garchomp and Altaria, and the Breloom. We've got Thunderbolt for Swellow to hit back, and we have Extra Sensory for the Salazzle. We can hit some other things pretty hard. And then we got Volt Switch to get out of dodge when we need to. So, I apologize, this is a bit jumbled. I'm still very new to this. This is only my second team builder. But we have our week 2 match coming up. So, I hope you guys are excited, and I'm looking forward to it. So, I will see you guys after I do the match. The match will be done by the time you see this video. But, see you guys for the battle. And wish me luck. Bye, guys.